So let's start right off in my eyes with a absolutely broken card, the Gravity Landslide probably. The first thing that catches your eye is probably it's a counter trap, so you only can react to that with a counter trap. And what Gravity Landslide, or however the correct pronunciation or translation is, does is if your opponent summons one or more monsters, so normal summon, special summon, flip summon, if something like that happens anymore nowadays. If your opponent summons one or more monsters, you can send one face-up synchro monster you control to the grave, and then you can negate the summon, and if you do negate the summon, destroy that monster, and then your opponent cannot summon monsters until the end of the turn. So basically pass, If he summons any monster, you chain that to the summon, doesn't matter, normal summon, special summon, flip summon or whatever. You send one face-up synchro monster you control to the grave, then negate the summon, destroy that monster, and your opponent cannot summon any monsters until the end of this turn this card was activated. So extremely powerful, got a reprint recently in the Valiant Smashers, is a rare card, costs nothing, probably 2 cents or whatever. Great out against basically every combo deck, and it's a counter trap, so you can only react to it with another counter trap. Very nice. Try it out. Found that very powerful. Of course, it only works in synchro based decks, or at least decks that have plays with synchro monsters, but you get the idea. Next one up, Synchro Zone, another synchro-centered monster. This time it's a permanent trap card. Synchro Zone, it's from Battles of Legend Monstrous Revenge, and I also found that really nice. I wonder why nobody has played it. Maybe there are better alternatives, I don't know, but I found it very OP. This card says, no player can declare attacks except with synchro monsters, and you can use each effect of Synchro Zone only once per turn, of course. If one or more non-tuner synchro monsters are sent to the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can target one of those monsters and special summon it, and if you do that, it will be treated as a tuner. Very nice. And during your main phase of your opponent, you can send this face-up card, Synchro Zone, to the graveyard, and instantly after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon a monster by using monsters you control as material. So, well, obviously, you're gonna use that most of the time to summon King Calamity in your opponent's turn via Synchro Zone. Very easy, you just do your plays, but you don't synchro summon in your turn. You wait until your opponent's turn, then you activate Synchro Zone, activate its effect, summon King Calamity, and yeah, he's done for his turn, I would say. So Synchro Zone, and no player can attack with monsters except with synchro monsters. So it's also a little bit of a protection for yourself if your deck is based on synchro monsters. So Synchro Zone also probably costs nothing. Probably. I put, as always, the price down below. Okay, next one up. A monster this time. Nightmare Corruptor, I believe. Maybe most of you are still familiar with this card because this was hella annoying and it's still hella annoying. Probably not that relevant in the upcoming format because there will be a lot of link summon plays in the future with all the Snake Eyes stuff. Anyway, what this card says, when this card is normal summoned, you can target one link monster in your graveyard, special summon it to your field. So it points to this card, but change its ATK to 0. Also negate its effects. Okay, but doesn't matter, because you're gonna use it anyway to link summon it away. You cannot special summon monsters except link monsters. If this card in its owner's control is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card to your opponent's field in defense position. You can only use each effect of blah, 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 once per turn. So this is basically, your plan is to link summon anything with this card or send this card anyway from the field to the graveyard. So you can special summon ably to your opponent's side of the field and he's locked into link summoning. Well, as I said, in the upcoming format, probably not so good, but for some special matchups or whatever, this can be or could be pretty useful. I guess this card is also a little bit more expensive. You know, probably €1 or something, or €2. I don't know. I, as always, put the price down below. Before we continue, the giveaway is still running for the 300 subscriber giveaway. Watch the video here on my channel for further information and if you wanna participate. Alright, continue with the Nightmare Magician. Oh yes, holy shit. It's an absolutely badass card from Duelist Nexus, and also in my eyes, very underrated. I don't know why people still don't know if this card is good, or just don't realize how powerful this card is. Or anyone is just focusing on the meta cards and nobody is reading the other cards. Anyway, Nightmare Magician, it's level 7, so easily summonable with all the Kashtira support cards. Illusion type, and if this card battles the monsters, so both monsters cannot be destroyed by this battle, as all illusion monsters have this effect. At the end of the damage step, if this card battled against opponent's monster, you can take control of that opponent's monster forever. Okay, this does not target nothing else. You can, okay, you have to activate this effect, of course. You can negate it, but this does not target, and you gain control of your opponent's monster forever. So you just can crash in any monster, you know, they don't get destroyed by battle, both of them. You take the damage, of course. And then until in the end phase, end of the damage step, you can take control of that monster, and you can attack with this monster again, you know, which you control with Nightmare Magician. So that's very powerful. And also, the next effect is also very powerful in my opinion. Once per turn, at the start of the damage step, if another monster attacks, you can destroy one card on the field. Also does not target, you just can destroy one card on the field if any other monster attacks. So, basic idea is, you have Nightmare Magician on the field, no other monster, you attack with Nightmare Magician, opponent's monster. At the end of the damage step, you gain control of that monster you attacked with Nightmare Magician. You attack with this monster again, and then you can destroy via Nightmare Magician's effect any card on the field. So, yeah, he's powerful. In my eyes, maybe you think, oh no, he's bad, I don't know how to play that, this doesn't work. I don't know, maybe some of you find a way. Try it out. Okay, next monster up, another monster. The Nightmare whatever idly. Put the correct English name, of course, in the subtitles. That's a level 9 monster. Yes, this might be a little strange at first, but Nightmare Corruptor was the other one. I don't know. Idly, whatever. It says from Dark Neostone, but I guess there are also some reprints, so it's probably not expensive at all. Monsters of level 9 you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay. You can only use each effect of Nightmare idly only once per turn. The usual blah blah blah. If the combined link monsters of all monsters on the field are 8 or higher quick effects, you can special summon this card from your hand. You know, if all the link numbers are 8 or higher, you can special summon it from the hand. And if this card gets special summoned, and your opponent has more link monsters as you do, you can send all link monsters your opponent controls to the graveyard. So this could be a nice out against the upcoming format with Snake Eyes and all this stuff, where a lot of link monsters are played. You just special summon it. You don't have to special summon it via its own effect. You can obviously special summon this card via any other effect, but as soon as this card gets special summoned, you can send all link monsters your opponent controls to the graveyard, just like that. So very powerful, in my eyes. Alright, continue with the Chaos Nephthys. You may think, what the hell, where do you find all these strange cards? Well, these are all at my bulk of strange cards. Anyway, Chaos Nephthys from Battles of Chaos. I guess this was also the first release? I don't know. Anyway, here's a pretty long effect. I do my best to translate that. Cannot be normal summoned or set. This card must be special summoned by its own effect. If one or more cards on the field are destroyed via card effect, you can banish one light and one dark monster from your graveyard. except Chaos Nephthys, and summon this card as special summon from your grave. If she was there when the card was destroyed, or from your hand, even if not. You can use this effect of Chaos Nephthys only once per turn. If this card gets special summoned, you can target one card your opponent controls and 2 cards in his graveyard and banish that. So yeah, easy access always. Okay, as soon as any card on the field is destroyed and this card is in your graveyard or in your hand, you can banish 1 light and dark monsters, you special summon that, and then you can banish 1 card on the field and 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard. So even if this card gets milled, you know, via Lights 1 for example, you have still access to it. You know, it's still active anytime. If any card gets destroyed on the field, chain that, special summon that, and it's a nice interruption with Chaos Nephthys. Okay. Next one, oh yeah, that's a classic one. Some of the veterans probably still remember this one. The Darkest Diabolus, Lord of Hell. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation, but it sounds badass. The Darkest Diabolus, Lord of Hell. Yeah, this doesn't actually see play at all. And I don't know why. Please correct me if I'm wrong or if I don't see anything that's make this card bad. But in my eyes, there's nothing that makes this card bad. Okay, your opponent cannot tribute this card, and it cannot be targeted by card effects, and you can only use the effect of blah 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 once per turn, the usual blah blah blah. If a dark monster you control would be tributed or is tributed, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your grave and or your hand. Very nice. And then you can tribute 1 dark monster, and then your opponent has to put 1 card from his hand on top or at the bottom of his deck. So where this works best is obviously with the field spell Lair of Darkness, because Lair of Darkness makes all monsters on the field dark. Attribute, and then you can tribute a monster your opponent controls to activate this effect. So you always tribute it away. So this is not at all the same thing as with Flu Wanderies, but mostly, you know, with Dark Attribute you try to tribute the monsters from your opponent to activate your effects and so on with Lair of Darkness. And in combination with all the virus cards, you know, the Dark Eradicator virus, the Deck Devastation virus, and all the virus cards that are available. Yeah, at my eyes it's very powerful. There are a lot of deck profiles out there from other YouTubers who tried that deck out and has more insight in that than I have. Try it out. It's very cool. It's really a cool deck. A little bit of an other strategy than the usual combo playing stuff. Darkest Diabolus, Lord of Hell. I don't know if that's called, but if it is, it would be awesome. And the last card, yes, we are already at the last card. Well, it's not underrated or unknown, but I thought this card can be played in basically any deck, because it's not really summoning restrictions. The Dogmatic Nexus, there are a lot of reprints, very cheap. Cannot be normal summoned or set, and this card must be special summoned via its own effect. You can banish 4 fusion, synchro Xyz or link monsters in the graveyard, so your graveyard 2 or your opponent's graveyard, you know, 2 from your graveyard, 2 from your opponent's graveyard, whatever you want. And then you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do that, all the monsters you have targeted are banished. At the beginning of the damage step, if this card battles against a special summoned monster, destroy all monsters your opponent controls that are in attack position, and then your opponent receives 800 damage for every fusion, synchro Xyz or link monster that was destroyed via this effect. So this is also very devastating against the upcoming link format or link decks, because link monsters only can be played in attack position, and you can steal a lot of exotic monsters that are already in the graveyard and have effects in the graveyard from your opponent by banishing them, you know, like Destiny Hero, Destroyer, Phoenix Enforcer, Destiny Destroyer, Phoenix Enforcer, however this is called, or forever at Branded. You know, they are a lot of fusion monsters they can recycle from the graveyard or use them again from the graveyard. So yeah, Dogmatic Nexus works in any deck. It's a little bit of a strange level, you know, it's level 11. I don't know. Anyway, Dogmatic Nexus. Alright, another compilation of, in my eyes, useful, powerful, but underrated cards. Hopefully you found that interesting. Let me know in the comments if you liked it or not. I'm always up to improve my content. I don't take anything personally here. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, giveaways still running. And until next time, goodbye.